Okay, am I live? Everything working correctly? Everyone should be able to hear me. Yep, I am live. There it is. Let's do some practice. Yep, that's right. It's the black hole in all its glory. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know me, then you know that I don't take pride in things like my nationality or the color of my skin. But as a member of the human race, it's difficult not to have pride in our achievements, and this is an achievement. Oops. As one of the physicists said, we are looking at what we thought was unseeable. As a human race, we said, you know what? Nothing is impossible. We're gonna figure it out. And we did. Look at it. Look at that. Wow. That's great. Pat on the backs all around. Beautiful. Anyway, yeah. I decided, actually I was gonna stream yesterday too. Since after the first stream went so well, I decided, you know what, the more practice I put in, the better. So I was gonna try and stream almost every day. I was gonna stream yesterday, but for some reason I couldn't because my eyes were feeling weird. I think it was because there was way too much smoke in the room after what I ate for dinner. Some kid's face. Nah, this isn't one of those. I've seen those, but this isn't one of those. Hey, Sloth. Yeah, you finally made it to a live stream. How's it going? Is there any way for me to make this? You know what? Hold up. Yeah, that works. That's much better. I just popped out the chat so I can see it better. So yeah, for the day, I'm gonna practice talking some more by reading through this article that Kotaku posted. That's not really yesterday, it's 2 days ago. About KOTOR. I gave it a once over already, but apparently it's not really an article at all. It's an excerpt from a book. It says here. Just get started. For the groundbreaking Star Wars role-playing game Knights of the Old Republic, BioWare and LucasArts made the highly ambitious decision to have a cast of actors voice the game's entire massive branching script, which was unusual back then. RPGs usually there was a lot of reading. That story, excerpted below, is told in the latest entry in the Boss Fight Books series, written by journalist Alex Qinn and available this week. Check this out. $14.95. Huh. That's pretty good. A viewer known as Mr. Barcode generously donated $15 the other day, and you know what? I might just go ahead and use that $15 to buy this book. It's only 128 pages. I can read it and maybe make a few videos out of it. Which was awkward silence and test back. Yeah. Like Morrowind. Remember Morrowind? Morrowind was mostly reading, and then I think the whole game had like maybe 10, 50 lines of dialogue. Oh well. Let's keep going. With the exception of George Lucas, there's one name that's appeared in the... something in my nose. With the exception of George Lucas, there's one name... God damn it, what the hell is going on in my nasal? Hold on. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. With the exception of George Lucas, there's one name that's appeared in the credits of more Star Wars games than anyone else. Dara O'Farrell. For more than 2 decades, he's been the go-to voiceover. director for Star Wars video game projects in the LucasArts era and beyond, which means he must have done KOTOR 2 as well. O'Farrell was working in animation in Los Angeles circa '94 when he got wind that LucasArts was on the hunt for a VO director. The company could see things were going from floppy disk to CD-ROM, he says. As a film company, they needed to embrace the talent side of things a little bit more, which is how I ended up starting there. Man, the shift from floppy disk to CD-ROMs, I remember at a cousin of mine, he had a PC back in the day when I didn't have one yet, and using DOS was very, very difficult for me back then, but also very rewarding. That's how we got to play a little game called Redneck Rampage. Fun game. O'Farrell's first game was The Dig, a 1995 point-and-click adventure adapted from a story by Steven Spielberg. It starred Robert Patrick, the T-1000, who had played the villain in Terminator 2, and featured cutscenes by Lucasfilm's renowned visual effects studio, Industrial Light and Magic. We were used to doing games that had like 10,000 lines of recorded dialogue, where no other company was really doing that at the time, O'Farrell says. What made the casting and sound departments of LucasArts unique compared to other internal teams was that they worked on all of the publisher's titles. With Star Wars games in particular, music and sound design has always been one of the key pillars holding the larger experience together. Knights of the Old Republic would be no different. We did want to have the BioWare DNA of story, the companion, characters that you cared about, the choices that had impact. I don't know why I read it that way. Lead designer James Olin recalls, but we also knew this. We couldn't do something that was text heavy like Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights. You know, for some reason, I couldn't play Neverwinter Nights much. I have it, I started it a few times, but then I stopped rather early on. Obsidian did Neverwinter Nights 2, and I think I'm just gonna skip ahead to that one. Anyway, because Star Wars is a very cinematic experience, and the fan expectations would be different than Dungeons & Dragons fans' expectations. They'd be less understanding of walls of texts and lots of reading, which is why KOTOR was the first game where all of the non-player characters had full voiceover. Interesting. O'Farrell remembers an early meeting with producer Mike Gallo and project director Casey Hudson, at which point the plan, he says, was still to do what BioWare had done in the past, a handful of spoken lines per interaction, with the majority of dialogue being displayed in text form. O'Farrell threw out a suggestion. Why don't we just record the whole thing? This is where you put in the meme where the little girl goes, "Why not both?" And everybody lifts her in the air and celebrates her existence. Gallo and Hudson exchanged glances. "We can do that?" said Hudson. O'Farrell nodded. "As long as there's room on the disk," he told them. No, as long as there's room on the disk, no comma. He told them he'd work on getting the budget approved. They still had about a year before it would be time to go into the studio. It was one of the most ambitious projects that LucasArts or BioWare had ever attempted, Gallo said. I don't think BioWare had fully voiced anything in the same way that we were doing with the game. Certainly not that size. It was a huge budget for us internally. It was a massive undertaking. LucasArts got its money's worth, however. Pull up the IMDb entry on Knights of the Old Republic and you'll be greeted with a veritable who's who of the voiceover industry. O'Farrell sent audition packets to a number of Hollywood agencies, casting the game largely with veteran actors from film, television, and previous LucasArts titles. A full paper copy of the game's script could fill 10 large binders. It It called for about 300 speaking characters with roughly 15,000 lines of dialogue. Following a traditional casting process, 100 or so actors filled these roles. Recording took place at Screen Music Studios on Ventura Boulevard in Los Angeles. Over the course of 5 grueling weeks, O'Farrell was joined by voiceover coordinator Jennifer Sloan, and the two of them worked numerous 16-hour days in order to ensure the audio was ready 6 months out from release. Hardworking people. Hello. How's it going? Damn it. For some reason. Yes. Tyler Evan. My man. Let's see, where was I? The great challenge of recording a BioWare RPG became apparent almost immediately. The game's structure was, for the most part, non-linear. Yeah, kinda. Every character, therefore, was given their own unique version of the script, and each actor had to be recorded individually. The first week that I was in LA, James Olin was there, and he had his laptop. And every so often, we get the point where we weren't quite sure which way the branching was going, O'Farrell says. And he would jump on, dig into the code a little bit, and then we would have a clearer direction. In later weeks, writer Drew Karpyshyn also assisted with some of the sessions. Man, Drew Karpyshyn, that guy's got a thick neck. That's okay though. That's something a lot of the actors were doing for the first time, Karpyshyn says. So you really needed someone there to give them an overview of how the branching narrative works, and how the storylines are going to play out, depending on player choices. It's probably one of the earliest games where I remember a character being both dark and light, says Jennifer Hale, excellent voice actress, who voiced the Jedi Bastila Shan. She was great as Commander Shepard. Definitely better than Mark Meer. Not to throw any shade on Mark Meer. He was good too, but come on now. Jennifer Hale has the experience and skill and talent. But Mark Meer certainly got better by the third game. You know, having the ability to go in either direction, I remember doing a bunch of recording and then coming back in for another round of recording and them saying, okay, now basically she's changing sides, she's completely shifting. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's do that. The game's many quest lines and relationships could develop in different ways based on what the player chose to say, or depending on which planets they journeyed to first. But the player character's actions also affected their force alignment. Needless slaughter or malice could put a Jedi on the path of the dark side. Moral or immoral choices didn't merely change the game's ending, but also altered the way companion characters like Hales responded to the protagonist. Although the original KOTOR had 2 different endings. Hello, Mr. Barcode. Nice to see you again. I was just talking about how I'm gonna use the money you very graciously donated to me in order to buy this book about Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic that I'm reading an excerpt of. So, you're the real MVP. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, KOTOR 1 only had 2 different endings. And mostly hinged on whether or not you joined Bastila or you didn't. The character of Bastila speaks with a British accent, Coruscanti, in the Star Wars universe. Oh, I didn't know that. Only people from Coruscant had a British accent? Huh. According to Hale, a Canadian-American actor, this is something that comes naturally. I think in various dialects in my head. But British is definitely one of the primary ones, and that's always been a part of me. Since I was little, and just in the back of my head. I don't really know why, I just know it's there. Wow, she could just bust out the English accent anytime she wants? That's brilliant. And I went to a fine arts high school where we studied dialects. I've put in my time. I work with coaches every now and then when I need a tune-up. Oh, this isn't... Nah, damn. For a moment there, I thought they took the screenshot from me. But my video looked a lot better than this. Wow, what the hell happened? Anyway. Hale's commitment to her craft is evident to even casual fans of the games. She holds the Guinness World Record for most prolific female video game voice actor. And has voice characters as diverse as the Elder Scrolls Online latest Titanborn.
You are greater than any I have ever trained.
That's, what just happened? I just heard... Oh, wow. Thanks, Tyler. $15. Oh, man. I'm going to have to buy 2 books now. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll still only buy 1, but thanks, man. I hope you like the little thing that happens when people donate. Kind of proud of that. This is what happens when I get a subscriber. Check this out.
Even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
That's very sweet. Anyway. Oh, wait. Yeah. Where was I? And Mass Effect hero Commander Shepard, FemShep, yes. Who had her own version of the Force alignment continuing courtesy of that game's Paragon Renegade morality system. You know something about Mass Effect's Paragon Renegade? It was nice, but it didn't offer you many situations where Renegade was really more beneficial to do than Paragon. For some reason, Paragon will always be the best choice down the line. But never Renegade. It's not even like Star Wars, where Renegade usually would give you a reward for doing Renegade right away, while Paragon would not give you a reward and then give you a reward down the line. No. It was almost always Paragon being the obvious choice. Oh well. Tom Bissell, writing for The New Yorker, once called Hale a kind of Meryl Streep of the form. Sure, why not? Let me just read the chat real quick. Like turns into a toilet and you dance with him. Yeah, I heard about that. I forgot about that. I didn't... Wait, what? Malik turns into a toilet? I thought people just started dancing. Yeah, I must not be remembering correctly. Why a toilet? Oh well. There's no end of positives that you can say about Jennifer, or Farrell says. Take somebody like Liam Neeson. Without him forcing it, you know there's a strength that Neeson gives off without actually having to overtly put it out there. I also heard that Liam Neeson as a pretty well endowed individual, if you know what I mean. But that's just what I heard. Moving on. It's just the demeanor that's there. There's a strength behind it. I'm sure there is. And Jennifer has that too. You just know that she's not somebody you want to fiddlestick with. You know? Take that, YouTube. She's a badass without having to be a badass. From a purely professional standpoint, she's just a great actor. She makes sessions easy because she's clued in and just gets it. So you can kind of jump in and start hammering out a lot of lines, and you're just getting quality the whole time. Yeah, she did. Well, Jennifer Hale voiced the female Lutece twins in Bioshock Infinite, which isn't really a twin. It's actually the same person from a different... Yeah, anyway, you get it. You know. They dig. I know this is the phone. I just go, hey, Jennifer Hale again. Yeah, they can get kind of weird, especially if it's in the same game, like in The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. They just kept recycling the same voice actor for like half of the NPCs. And it gets kind of weird after a while. But at least Jennifer Hale can bust out the English voice, you know, from time to time. Some of his, you know what, they should, the voice actor that did the Major in Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, she should really have a lot more work thrown her way too, because she's great. Anyway, some of Hale's earlier credits were, in fact, god damn it, this article is really, this section is like really praising Jennifer Hale. I mean, she deserves it, sure, but that's a lot. Anyway, some of Hale's earlier credits were in fact Star Wars games X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter, Force Commander, Jedi Academy. Oh, she did Jedi Academy? I don't know that. I did a ton of games early on because frankly, a lot of actors didn't really want to do them because they were super demanding. And I just seemed to have a knack for it, Hale says. In the early 2000s, I was really excited to be involved in the creation of games and kind of at the forefront of some of the really powerful cinematic stuff that was going on. And especially as a woman, to be given these powerful roles and a place to lead and to occupy characters that were leaders was phenomenal. Man, not you, but it's always good for them to get more publicity. And come on, what about Nolan North or Fillion? I don't notice her much. I mean, Nolan Norton. Nate Fillion? But yeah, actually, there's a lot of really talented voice actors these days. Like, damn it, his name escapes me right now. But that dude, he does a lot of voices. He's the new Joker, where he basically emulates Mark Hamill. You can still tell it's him, but it's still pretty good. He played the Joker in Arkham Origins. His name escapes me right now, but I'm sure someone knows. The essence of the job, she says, is really to go out and have as big a life as I can, and then to bring that experience into the booth. The guy who did Varric in Dragon Age. I don't know his name. Nah. Bastila, a young Jedi grappling with both the enormous depth of her powers and her connection to Revan. Well, enormous depth. She could do battle meditation. That was pretty special. I don't know about that, but anyway. Yeah, connection to Revan. Well, connection to Revan because she boarded his ship trying to capture or kill him. He got knocked out, and then they made a force bond. But yeah, moving on. Is the emotional
Even
anchor
the figure
of the...
deserves no such obedience.
The figure deserves no such obedience? What happened? For some reason I'm spacing out. Is that the donation or is that the... Yes! Wait. I thought you were already subscribed. Or did you just do that because you wanted that to play? Either way, that's awesome. Thanks. Where was I? Oh yeah. Beyond Revan, she's the beating heart of the Knights of the Old Republic. And credit for much of the game's resonance is due to Hale's stellar work on the character. I need to shake hands or something with the voice actors of Kreia, HK-47, and Jolie. You know, HK-47, yeah. I mean, HK-47's voice, I imagine, is heavily synthesized. But sure, why not? I'm pretty sure Sarah Kesselman, the lady who did Kreia, is fairly advanced in years, but she is still alive. Someone needs to do an interview with her or something. Specifically about KOTOR 2. And then the battle meditation is a mundane power in KOTOR 2. Haha. I don't know. There is one point though in the game when you assault the throne room on Onderon, where if you have battle meditation, then it gives you an option to whether jump into the fray and help kill the guys performing the coup, or just use battle meditation to help the queen's guards win the fight. I thought that was pretty neat. Anyway, well, they're really delayed. Yeah, I don't know how delayed they are though. I might have to look into maybe shorten that up a bit. Always love HK for impersonation from his crew. Yeah, well, yeah, because HK47 basically just speaks their voice exactly. Well, maybe like he plays a recording. Bastila, young Jedi grappling with both the... Wait, no, I already did that. One of the most contentious performances to come out of the production, oddly enough, who was the beloved, speaking of the devil, assassin droid HK47, played by actor-director Christopher Tabori. Actor and director. Huh. Originally, BioWare wanted him really serious and evil and sinister, O'Farrell recalls. Because of our schedules, I was basically working 9 to 1, taking an hour, working 2 to 6, and then at 6 o'clock, I would do a session until 10. And I would just kind of eat, you know, while we were working. And Chris was one of those evening sessions. Wow, man. Hard work. Appreciate it. Huh. In the script, the character wasn't played for laughs. A droid with a lust for violence, HK introduces almost every new line of dialogue with a tag denoting the mode of speech. Expletive. Damn it, master, I am an assassination droid, not a dictionary. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a rodeo clown. His voice is stilted, mechanical. He's also utterly misanthropic, often referring to human beings, including the player character, as organic meatbags. How do you deal with all that water, all that sloshing? Tabori tried performing the part as written, but something was missing. After about 20 minutes, we both almost simultaneously said, you know, I'm just not feeling this. This isn't quite working. I think we've got to play up the comedy angle, O'Farrell says. And so we played around for 5 minutes with it, trying to sort of find the voice, and then decided, okay, we've settled on something. And we went back to the beginning of the script and recorded everything again, working our way through all of the HK47 stuff. Wow, I always assumed that was HK47 from the beginning. That was their plan, but no. See how things can change when you actually go and do it. And something might sound good on paper, but then when you actually try, it might not work. And you got to be flexible enough to change it. It's good work. Usually over the course of that 5-week stretch, O'Farrell would fly into the Bay Area on Friday night and spend the weekend at home before returning to LA to record again. One week, however, he dropped by LucasArts' office on a Monday morning, and Mike Gallo stopped him in the hallway. We need to talk about HK47, Gallo said. Everybody hates it. O'Farrell told him, Mike, look, we tried to do what was on the character sheet. It wasn't working. We went for the comedy route. I get that everybody might hate it right now, but you know what? We're up against the gun. Let me finish the entire... Goddamn. It seems a bit unreasonable. Let me finish the entire project? And then, if there's time at the end, we'll talk about it. Yeah, man. Another month went by, and BioWare was forced to live by Tabori's tongue-in-cheek version of the droid for the first time being. No, for the time being. I'm trying to read this and the chat at the same time. What did you miss? A lot of HK47 stuff. Mostly that HK47 was supposed to be very dry at the beginning. There was no comedy angle to it. And they later decided to add the comedy in because it just wasn't working with a serious droid. See, it says right here, originally BioWare wanted him really serious and evil and sinister. Anyway, where was I? Project, yeah. And everybody hated it. They hated the comedy angle of HK-47. When O'Farrell got back from Los Angeles and all the initial sessions were over, he asked, What are you going to do with this HK-47 thing? Oh, everybody loves it now. Gallo insisted. Everyone thinks it's funny. We can't cut funny. You certainly can't. And that's it. That's the article. Which wasn't really an article. It was an excerpt from the book. I also found this book, by the way. Star Wars: Knights of the Republic by Alex Qinn. Part of Boss Fight Books. I'm going to buy this book. Thanks to the most gracious donations by individuals like Mr. Barcode and Tyler Evan. And then read it, and hopefully I can make some videos out of it. And hopefully YouTube won't take this video down. Well, this archive of this live stream down, because I just read this entire article verbatim. How would a player feel about a totally serious evil robot in their squad? I would imagine they might not. There's a possibility they might like it, depending on the angle, but they might not like it if he's completely serious, because if it's a completely serious droid, then as a droid, then it might not have much personality. You know, it's just a walking death machine. You might as well put the Terminator on the team. I'll be back. See? Not that interesting. At least not in Star Wars universe. I'll be back. Old Republic theories. A ranty type of it. I don't know. I'm not a big rant guy. I'm not big into rants. I don't really rant. I don't really get pissed all that much. In fact, I think there's too much of that going around these days. Too many people are pissed. People gotta calm down. At least, that's my opinion. Although, I can watch a good rant every once in a while. Every once in a while, not too much. Yeah, walking emotionless death machine is kind of what it's supposed to be. But then again, you know, droids in the Star Wars universe are always supposed to have some sort of personality going for them. Shale. The Rock. Yeah, him. Except, well, technically she had a personality too. For example, the murdering of birds angle. That was a thing. Not a cranky rant, just an improvised rant theory vid. You mean just talking? I don't know. What would I do it about? I might end up doing that if, you know, during the playthrough of the game, which I'm gearing up to do. I decided I'm not going to do it live, though. I may have to play a different game live to practice that. And I'm going to record the playthrough of KOTOR 1 offline and split it up into episodes of 10 minutes each. About 10 minutes each, if I can. With so much Old Republic vids, I think you have a lot of theories on the game. On the first game? Not on the first game. The first game really doesn't have all that much to say, really. It's pretty standard stuff, you know. Evil, bad guy, your Reverend twist, and then happily ever after. It was really KOTOR 2 that brought all the mystery and all the deciphering. Oh, commentary Let's Play. Silent Let's Play is just, I mean, who needs that? Or just the KOTOR franchise in general. Well, the KOTOR franchise, I guess you could say, extends to those Tales of the Jedi comic books too. If I could get my hands on some of those. Maybe. I don't know if one day I wake up and during my playthrough of KOTOR 1 I find something I really want to talk about, sure, I'll do it. And if it turns into a rant, then it'll probably be during the playthrough as I'm playing. The Revan book that was made, oh, the Drew Karpyshyn book. I suppose the opinions on that book are very, very mixed. Some people are like, yeah, it's pretty good, while others are like, I don't know, man, it's kind of shit. Kind of don't like how a lot of the credit of KOTOR 2 achievements goes to BioWare when it was Obsidian that literally changed the way we look at Star Wars. Then maybe that's just, yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people to this day, still when they think KOTOR 2, their minds automatically default to BioWare. And, I mean, yeah, what do you want? Because when they think of KOTOR, they think BioWare because of the first game. And most people would just assume, even though you do see the Obsidian logo when the game launches, but people don't really pay that much attention, I guess. I'm not really into it. You didn't like the book. I think he did his best doing the writing to make it work. That shitty SWTOR game's lore. Because that Revan book came out. I think it did. I'm not sure, but yeah. It might have. Maybe released after the game was released. But then again, yeah, I never played the MMO either. My MMO days are they're behind me. Long behind me. Anyway, yeah. I was gonna read this. This is Polygon also wrote this, but at least I thought it was something else, but it's literally just basically this. The same excerpt from the book, I think, or an excerpt, and it's basically the same thing. So I'm just gonna look at this beautiful concept art of the game though. This is pretty good. I especially like this one. And this one. This of Terrace. I gotta save these. This is really good. They put anything else in here? No, that's it. This is really nice artwork. And then there's this. Apparently, Dragon Age 4 is in trouble. From what I understand, they're trying to turn it into a live service. Ugh. Man. BioWare and EA are not having a very good 2 weeks. Last week it was Anthem, and now it's Dragon Age. Same dude. Same perp. Tisk. Yes, the Ebony Hawk. It's very dark. Very dark. Very black. Ebony. I'm just kidding. You heard about that fan-made KOTOR remaster being shut down? Oh yeah, I heard about it, alright. Aperion, I think it was called. It looked really good. But, yeah. That's what happens, man. It just... I don't know if there's some sort of like clever legal way to keep those things up. Because you want the publicity, you want the ink for people to get excited in it. And maybe donating to you and, you know, to help the project along. But I guess maybe the only way to do it is to keep it on the down low until it's finished. And then spread it all over the internet real quick. Live service, does that mean that I can have a threesome romance with a stranger on the internet? For all I know, you could. I haven't read the article yet. I just have it open here so I can read it. But sure, why not? I don't think they'd actually do that though. How are you feeling on Fallen Order? Hey, speaking of Fallen Order, this Saturday, man, I have a mark that 7:30 local time, there's gonna be some sort of presentation on Fallen Order. You can view it on Twitch. They're gonna show on Twitch. But anyway, yeah, I bet Chris will add a create Easter egg. I hope so. Or even add inspiration into the game. That'd be great. But I don't know if maybe EA will step in and squash that. I feel like she would fit well as it's based right after another Jedi Purge. Yeah, the most recent. Well, no, not the most recent in terms of the new canon, but yeah. I mean, what would she have to say though? Because the Empire just became a thing, and she foresaw it. So what? Krea's just gonna pop up and be like, "Told you, I called it." Like, yeah, we know, you were right. Sweet nectar. That's some good shit. Anyway, yeah, how long have I been going for? 41 minutes, that's pretty good. Not her exactly, but maybe with her views on the Force, more gray. He might, if they give him a chance, he might slip in a character that takes on that role again. Oh, hello. You? Dot? Or anonymous? This individual? Man, this guy right here. How's it going? Yeah, it's you, that guy. But yeah, nah, I just finished reading it, so you're just in time to be too late, unfortunately. Rika. I think that's the name of the character. Right? Yeah. Dot and barcode and a match made in heaven. Yeah, exactly. Who do we got? We got Tyler. I don't know what that's an image of. We got Rika. We got a sloth. We got barcodes. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you guys something real quick. I figured it'd be kind of neat. Oh, hopefully it won't be too loud. Open up KOTOR 2. Oh yeah, disabled that. Look at all this. This is the main game, the first game, with all the different saves. So when I'm trying to look for something, I can easily go and find it real quick for a video. This is the latest game. This is the one I made just so I can go back and record the Chodo Habad video. This is the male playthrough, the light side male playthrough. Look at all this. By the time I'm done, I'm gonna have like 1,000 save files because I still need to do dark side male, dark side female, balanced male, balanced female, dark side Revan, dark side female Revan. There's a lot to do, man. It's a lot to do. I'm just reading the chat right now. M3 videos too. You know the restored content mod doesn't come with M3 pre-installed. I don't know if I'll do M3. I mean, the droid plan. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. If I find it, if I come to a point where like, man, I could really use some new material to upload, sure. I might just do it. Oh yeah, cheats. Yeah, of course I use cheats, so because I gotta blaze through this so I can make videos real quick. But the cheats are not hard to set up. No, not at all. The only annoying part is that unlike KOTOR 1, you can't see, the actual words, letters as you're entering the cheat, so you just gotta hope that when you press enter, you wrote it out correctly. Otherwise, you just do it over again. The female Jedi Master has some other dialogue that was originally cut from the game. The one that kills staff. Same. Too boring. I forgot the name of it, but it's really helpful. I don't remember encountering that. But still. I mean, if I'm walking around with 99 everything basically goes down in one hit anyway. But yeah, this is how I record. I turn off the music, turn the sound, voiceover. If I need to, I'll record this and this separately. Disable subtitles. It's a production. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I guess that might be enough streaming for today. 46 minutes. That's some pretty good practice. And Tyler Evan, again, very generously donated another $15 by another, because Barcodes also donated $15 3 days ago. This is going great, man. I'm getting some practice in. I'm getting some money up to buy more Star Wars stuff. This is great. Have you guys ever gotten the corrupted save file that turns you into a level 1 female named Adam Kai? Nah, I haven't gotten that. Give item kill stick. I'll try that. In fact, you know what? Since I'm streaming, see if maybe you're bullshitting me or not. Might as well just try it right now. You need to be ashamed of yourself for cheating. Okay. Sure. Yeah, let's try this. Load up. I don't remember what I was using this for. Oh well. Tilde. Give item kill stick. So this is some sort of elaborate prank. Okay, let's see what happened. There it is. That's the kill stick. Plus 14 to 140. God damn. On hit, instant death. Usually just a smooth staff of wood or light alloys. This is a very simple weapon of ancient design. Wow. I wonder why it's always ancient design. Why it is that people automatically assume that because something is old, it must be really, really good. Doesn't make any sense, but yeah, there it is. Wow. It looks pretty killy, alright. The kill staff. Yeah, I should probably, you know what? I should probably find a save file where I can use it, you know, in a practical setting. How about, no, not that. No, further. Further. God damn it. I don't have anything. Maybe that might take a, screw it. Sure, this one. Also, try not to have your entire party member have it while doing the Tomb Korriban. It's a concept created by old people, so people think just because they're old, their sticks are better. That's pretty clever. If everyone has the kill staff and you want to protect Ghost Kreia, they will all kill you in one hit. Yeah, imagine that would be the case. Give item kill staff. Oh. I guess I didn't write it in correctly. Give item kill staff. It's not showing up for some reason. This is weird. Oh, right. Kill stick. Alright, my bad. Give item kill stick. Too Freudian. I'm thinking about staffs. It's a stick.
We will join you in the assault.
Of course you will.
These rank-and-file soldiers will do you no good aboard the Ravager.
Of course
Let we
will.
Mandalorians lead the charge into battle.
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
victory. Kelborn, Zuka.
You will not face
Leave
this.
us alone. Yeah, good. Stay close to
I
me.
would have it no.
Just, come on, just, let's go. I promise not to tell you to kill yourself. Loading, yeah, Cartonasi. Oh no! It's a trap. Should've turned the music back
Sith
on.
warship dead ahead of us.
Yeah, there we go. To kill herself and then walk away without saying anything. Heartless man. I don't know if I can skip this. Damn it, I can't skip this. I'm just gonna have to sit through it. In complete silence because I didn't turn the sound effects back on. Or the music. You might hear some grunting. There we go, there it is. Yeah. Shin. Fire. And then he comes walking in like a boss. Look at me. All badass. And then I'm gonna look both ways before crossing the road. Because I'm a badass.
We have breached the hull of the Sith
Can I
vessel
skip
and
this?
are
I can't
securing
skip this
the area.
either.
The
Oh,
vessel has
what
suffered
was I thinking?
extensive structural damage, but its particle
Should've tried
fields
to
still
kill Vurk.
maintain a minimal atmosphere within the ship. And our cargo. It's being brought aboard. Soon, teams will be dispatched to the target sites. Do the Republic forces suspect? No, Mandalore. The proton cores do not emit a signature the Republic ships can detect.
It's all very
If
clever.
they do pick up the signal, they will assume it to be emanating from the ship's missile bays.
I'm sure
Did
they
you get
would.
an ID signature on this vessel? You were right about the vessel, Mandalore. It is of Malachor. It still bears the wounds of Mandalorian guns.
It sure does.
Then let's finish this. And remind the galaxy of Malachor 5.
The Mandalore
What was that
accent?
about?
Nothing you need to worry about.
I don't know.
Sith.
You are coming with me.
Don't get all
Mandalore accent?
sentimental. I just don't trust you to get
But
the
then,
job done.
Mandalorians
Been waiting for
are
this for
a-
10 years.
Not a
It's
race,
just
but a
time
culture.
to do things
I
the
guess that's why they have
old-fashioned
different.
way.
I know what it
different,
meant for you to
accents.
accompany me here, Canderous of Clan Ordo. Your trust honors me.
If you betray me or my men, I will kill you.
I was going to say the same, Canderous.
Okay, where's my stick? Okay, there's my stick. It's a very nice stick. It's very long too. Not excessively thick, but it gets the job done. Look at that. Wow. This stick, my stick is powerful. What my stick lacks in thickness, it more than
battle.
makes up for in power. Look at that. One hit and she's out cold. Check this out. Oh. Go on. Wow.
A weakness is revealed.
One hit. And she's like, I'm done. Finish me off. There's a particular word I'd like to use right now, but I can't. Because it's for little kids over here. Well, anyway, now that we know it works, let's see what I can do. There's Kreia and all her badass glory. Well, Treya, actually. Can't spell demonetized without demon. I guess not, but you also can't spell it without etized. Yeah, that's the best I got. Anyway, that's it. Oh, nope, can't do that either. I just remembered. Oh, crap, what am I gonna do? Oh, I know. But now I have to. But yeah, this is 55 minutes. I can do another 5 minutes if anybody has any questions. just so we can, you know, make it a nice round number, an hour. While I sit here and think about which song I'm gonna play. What's your next KOTOR 2 video about? Well, I don't want to give away my secret sauce or anything, but when I was in the shower just now, I had an idea. Well, I was gonna make a follow-up to the previous Crea's Conundrums I made about force nexuses, because I found I was watching my Crea videos, and I found a video where she basically just confirms a lot of the stuff I said. And then some people told me some stuff and I expanded on it. But then I was just in the shower and I had another idea, where a short video where I talk about that moment on Nar Shaddaa when you start, when the character starts to sense things around her, and Crea interrupts and tells her like, oh, you can feel that. And you can ask Crea if you can use this connection to manipulate, you can use this connection to heal the people around her. And Crea rebuts with, yes, you could use this to manipulate people on a large scale. And then you can say, I didn't ask you about manipulation, but about healing. And that's when Crea says something that's sweet simplicity, where she says healing is manipulation, which is true, because a lot of people, when they think manipulation, they automatically assume it as a negative thing, because it's so often associated with negative manipulation, people manipulating others for their own ends and such. But it's really just, it's a neutral term. A doctor is a manipulator. If you were shot, you go to the hospital, they manipulate their tools in order to manipulate the bullet out of you, and then they sew you up. All of that wouldn't happen without their intervention, and that's what manipulation is. The using your power to consciously change the outcome of something, or to change something, and that's manipulation. It's who you're healing that is a form of manipulation. Well, I mean, can you heal someone and have in a way that isn't manipulation, or does it depend on who you heal? That's what you're saying. Everything is manipulation, really. Interaction with the world is manipulation. By being alive, we automatically manipulate. Yeah, just by existing, something would be different between if we were there or if we weren't. The problem is that when you're asking to heal, you assume you're doing it neutrally. If you heal everyone, you assume you're doing it neutrally. If you heal everyone. But Crea is saying that all action creates echoes. Another word for manipulation. Echoes come from manipulation, I guess. Because you did something, and that something can reverberate into other things. Like the example I used before. Someone got shot, and the doctors healed them, and that man went on to do other things, like he started a charity or something that helped even more people, and that's one thing reverberated into something bigger. Heal is seen as good by the World Health Organization. Heal is a form of manipulation. Yeah, it is. But who is that person? Would you heal Hitler? That's the thing now, isn't it? That's the question that basically every philosophy student has ever and will ever encounter. If you save a group of people, well, what if one of those people are becoming the next Hitler? And there's really only one one answer to that. You play it safe and you save those people. You can't just assume that you can't just let people go to their deaths or not help them because they might become Hitler. Because if that's the case, because really everyone has the potential to be Hitler, in which case we might as well just destroy the entire human race. The Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. You don't discriminate who you heal, even enemy combatant. That's true. That's true. And that reminds me of a certain episode of House, that TV show, where one of the characters, Chase, he could either help a warlord who he knew was going to commit a genocide, or he could let him die. That's when you really find yourself in messed up situations. Well, that's Creo's point. You might think that healing can only be done altruistically without thinking. But who you choose to heal is a form of manipulation. Yeah, because you're the one. If you're in a situation where you're not a doctor, you didn't take the Hippocratic Oath, and you're not going to heal everyone equally, then you have the opportunity to just say, no, I'm going to heal this guy, but I'm not going to heal that guy. The Jedi just want to heal indiscriminately. But you can, it is possible, yes, to heal discriminately. You can. And people would mostly rather avoid that. Because it goes back to the question of, what if you end up healing Hitler? Well, we might, but we also might not. Anyway, yeah, over an hour, 2 minutes. Nice. I wonder if I'll stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll find something to stream about. Maybe I'll just talk for another hour. Now to find a song to play. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's fun doing these chats. I kind of really do. I don't not like it. It's actually pretty enjoyable. It's weird because I'm still a nervous wreck before I hit that go live button. But then once I just have to remember, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Because once it really gets going and I have no choice, I'm already in there, I gotta stick with it, then it gets a lot easier. And I just keep talking. Almost like a defense mechanism. Like, what was that character from Mass Effect? Talizora Naraya. She keeps talking when she's nervous. Why do I remember this stuff? New World, yeah, that's a great song. It sounds like you on Discord. Hello, Noah. I haven't seen you in the chat. You mean you just keep talking in Discord? Nobody can make you stop typing? Do eat now? Wait, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, that sucks. You're just in time to be way too late. I've been there. But I am gonna archive this video and make it public, so hey, I mean, sure, you can comment, but you might just be commenting in the wind. A Star Wars 4X game? You know, not exactly, but this game, Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion, you can download a mod that replaces all the ships and such with ships from Star Wars. They also made a Star Trek one. Chris Avalon's teaser game. Oh yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. This Saturday, man. This Saturday at 7:30 local time. That's Central European time. They're gonna do a presentation on Jedi Fallen Order. I'll be watching. You can watch it on Twitch. Very hyped, yes. And man, like I said in a previous static video of mine, Chris Avalon going freelance is the greatest blessing in disguise the video game industry has ever had. He's not locked into just one place anymore. He can work on basically everything he can get his hands on. He's doing Star Wars. He's doing the new vampire game. He did Prey. This guy's all over the place. And I love it. I just hope we keep that battery chugging. And it's very important that we support him, because then that'll send the signal to these publishers that, wow, people really like this guy. He brings in the money. Hire him. Yeah, that guy's awesome. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to end the stream. It's 11 o'clock now. And got 9 people watching. That's pretty sweet numbers. We were actually up to like 11 at one point. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's been it. This is Qinn signing off. And of course, I'm going to be playing a song, you know, to end it, because I really like music. Yeah, you take care too. Volastern Mask. Nice name. And All for Sloth. And Dot. Or Rika. Or Anonymous. That guy. That dude. And Barcodes. And Tyler. And everybody else. And now the stream just went up to 11. So people are just coming in now, realizing that I'm about to sign off. That guy. Yeah. May the force be with you too, Noah. Or should it? Think about that. If the force is with you, it might be pulling your strings. Think about that. Luca. Hey, man. You be good too. Anyway, everybody, I'll probably stream again tomorrow. We'll see. Because the more I practice this, I guess the better I get. And the easier it gets. And the easier it gets, the better that is. May the fourth be, yes, may the fart be with you. I know it's farce, but. Anyway, good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Descendent